This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Lynn is in Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Hi, I'm so excited to talk to you.
Well, you too. How can we help?
Well, I wrote in because what started this questionnaire is I was talked into a flexible premium adjustable life.
I'm sorry.
I am too now. I lost my husband about 2.5 years ago, and we've always had money with Western and Southern, and I have another account. I had my both of our 401ks turned over into an IRA, and I had to start pulling out, and he said, for tax purposes, I could put it into this. And at that point, I just put all my grandkids, which I have 12, and put them all on it, thinking that later on down the road. Well, what made me a little upset is they send me a paper telling me where this money's going. And that's when I started looking into it. I pulled you up on YouTube and did my homework, and you told me to get rid of it. And so I'm hoping, I'm in the process now of shutting it off.
Good.
Just from what you've taught me now that I've been watching YouTube and listening to you for years, me and my husband have listened to you. So,
okay. You have your money all after your husband passed away with a life insurance company, and you need to move it to an investment company. Someone to help you do actual investments, not buy insurance.
Yeah, I've got, let's see, I've got one. It's like a money market or whatever, annuity. I'm not even,
yeah, but the guys that
it.
you're dealing with are insurance people.
Okay.
You need to just jump online at RamseySolutions.com and get with a SmartVestor Pro, some folks in the actual investment world.
Yeah, because those guys are just going to...
Yeah, they can teach you, and they're not going to jerk you around with this. They can teach you what you're buying, and you'll be comfortable with it, and you're going to get just unbelievably lower fees and much better quality investments.
Oh, I was very upset when I seen the flexible, and I just...
They took a widow to the cleaners. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm pretty well set money-wise, and, I really don't have to touch my 401k right now, or at all. And
it's not with them, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, move it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I would move everything to a good to a good financial planning firm that does actual investments, that does not sell insurance.
Okay.
That's what you need, and you're being put in these insurance products, and it scares me. Because if they're willing to do this to you on the investment that you put in the flexible premium and rip you off there, I'm worried about what they're doing with the 401k then.
Well, they're saying they're taking it out of my 401k to pay for it.
Yeah,
and the thing
we're about to stop that when you cancel this thing.
Yeah, immediately. I just did yesterday.
Good.
And then from listening to you. And then when I was reading, you had taught me that that it just doesn't stop. Like if I would get sick,
right,
my kids are going to have to keep paying for it.
Yep.
And I was like, it's not worth it.
It just keeps sucking the blood out of everything that's healthy.
I'd rather take that money and give it to my grandkids now.
You don't have to give it to them now. You can just put it in a good investment where you're not being screwed over. That's all you're doing. So, just go to RamseySolutions.com and click on SmartVestor. Pick out a SmartVestor Pro in your area. Pick out 2 of them. Go sit down and interview them. Tell them your story and get a sense of how you feel about the air in the room with the person you're meeting with. Because you now know what a skunk smells like. And so you know how to stay away from skunks now.
How is it that insurance somehow became synonymous with, I'll put investing in air quotes, and financial planning? I can't understand how those two got linked together because...
Well, the history lesson is one thing, and then the current state is another. The current state is that people that have not passed their securities exam, they're not licensed to sell securities.
Exactly.
And so they sell insurance products and call them investments. Because an insurance license is like taking, a sixth grader can
That's what I'm
pass that
saying.
test. But to pass your Series 63 or your Series 7, to be able to sell, which I passed, and I dropped the licenses, but because I don't want to be regulated on my opinion here on the air. But anyway, those are more like taking a CPA exam. That's like a real exam. You have to study and actually know what the flip you're doing and that kind of stuff there. But most states, the real estate license is a joke and the insurance license is a joke. I took my real estate license in 27 minutes in 1978, and I made a 94. And I was 18 years old. That's how lame Tennessee's licensing for real estate was at that time. It's a little tougher now, but not a lot, not compared to securities license. So that's the modern day answer as to why they do that. But you can tell if they have no mutual funds, if they cannot sell you a mutual fund, they're not securities licensed. If they only have a mutual fund they can sell you is inside of an insurance policy, they're not securities licensed. And so that means that they haven't passed the same tests, and it means that they're not regulated by the same bodies. The Securities and Exchange Commission regulates the SmartVestor Pros. They do not regulate whole life insurance agents that call themselves investing brokers, which they're not.
Wow. Okay,
so the long-term history, though, is life insurance originally was sold as term. It was sold as what's called ART, just our annual renewable term. So once a year, you got older, so your statistical probability of death was higher. So your life insurance premium was higher once a year. So your life insurance premiums went up every single year. And that's a pure statistical insurance policy. It's the most pure there is. Okay. Then they figured out that what they call persistence in the insurance world, which persistence means when an agent writes a policy, how long does it stay on the books? If it is if it's got good persistence, it stays on the books a long time, and you make good commissions over a long period of time on it. If it's not got good persistence, it turns over. Well, guess what? If you get a bill every year and every year it goes up, your probability of canceling is very high. So the ARTs had and have horrible persistence. They don't stay on the books, so they got to go sell them again. They got to go sell them again. They got to go sell them. So they figured that out early in the life insurance game, back when it first started. And then they started saying, we'll take the average of the 10 years and charge you a 10-year level. So it's higher the first year, and somewhere around about year 5 it would cross in the middle. But the persistence is better because you have your rate never goes up, so you have no emotional activation to cancel. And so they were able to lower the price. So the 10-year is lower than the average of 10 ARTs.
That's right.
And so then they added the investment side to it to make it feel like you're owning instead of renting. And they started selling that crap, and then they figured out they make so much money on that they build tall buildings with it.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at ramseysolutions.com/smartvestor or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at ramseysolutions.com/smartvestor.